Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dior, and this is Langrisser Mobile. So yeah, we got new characters and stuff. So first, Secret Realm, uh, King of the Red Moon special, as well as Autocrato special. The Autocrato is really the one that stands out because it now allows him to steal buffs on top of everything else he does with all those crazy AOE's. So I definitely I saw him sometimes in the Chinese server prior to this, but once he had the armor, he was a lot more common. He just does a lot of AoE damage, and now he can just shred buffs like crazy. I don't know about this other one. Increases fixed damage. Yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary. I don't really see King of the Red Moon that often. Anyway, so this kind of snuck up on me. I've been so busy with work, and Elden Ring came out, so it's been eating up a lot of my time. But we got Gustav and Michelle, or Michael, however you pronounce it. Also, at the same time, we also have a rerun of the Record of Lotus War collab. Unfortunately, Deedlit's kind of fallen out of favor as far as PvP is concerned. I do sometimes use her in PvE, though. Also, on top of Michelle and Gustav, Lisa is now available. Lisa is the story SR that's now available. She's a bit different from the other story SRs. The previous ones were really hard to use because even though you would get them, get their shards, and then summon them, you wouldn't be able to get any shards to upgrade them until you progress the story. And for both Angelica, Melania, and Oliver, it spanned like multiple updates before you actually got enough to get those 6 stars. They didn't do that with Lisa. Lisa, you just had to go through the story to get her enough shards to get her, and then she actually has Gates of Fate. And so you can just do Gates of Fate, or you can use the generic SR shards you get from the Farmville slot machine. So she's kind of an interesting character. I'll go more into her once we do the summoning stuff. So both Gustav and Michelle, I do want both of them. If possible, I would like to get multiples, so let's get this started. I should have 0 towards pity. But Michelle is what I usually saw on the Chinese servers. There was a few battles with Gustav. Usually it was either she never got off the ground, or she absolutely like debilitated the opposing team. It was kind of just either or in that situation with her. So Gustav is essentially a all about cooldown manipulation, and she has the ability to negate clock procs, which is unfortunately not as good as it sounds because it involves a debuff, and of course we have Rose and Seal to deal with, as well as a bunch of cleansing. So if it was more of like a global effect, like a global passive, it would be a lot better, but unfortunately it's just kind of an extra bonus. And it's completely useless against anything that doesn't use clocks. But she also had the ability to heal while reducing cooldowns, like a single target rewind essentially. And then she also had the ability to make it whenever she's damaged, she can essentially increase the opponent's cooldowns, which can really catch you off guard. What I usually saw that like really messed up the team was the 3C, which kind of did a similar effect, but it would be at the end of turn, you just all your cooldowns would just cycle up 1, and it would affect even things that were not on cooldown. So suddenly your stuff that was available is now not available. I literally saw in one match, Wetham would do like an AoE, his usual AoE routine to close the distance, ends up hitting Gustav, and then all of a sudden can't actually do anything because he got his cooldown manipulated. I think it was actually Elwyn I don't remember who it was exactly. But it was essentially he got hit by the 3C, attempted to do something like Strike or Chivalry or the equivalent, and since that was an action, he ended up cycling all of his cooldowns. So kind of interesting character, and can potentially do a little bit of healing. Michelle is what I saw more often. She is very all about the AoE. She can apply a unique debuff that increases AoE damage taken, and if it stacks up to 3 times, it will essentially explode after they take an action. And she had a lot of ways to like manipulate how she can do her. She was all about line AoEs, and she had a way to kind of duplicate herself so she can hit more targets with her line AoEs. We did hit pity, unfortunately, on this first batch. Did I miscount? I think I did. Yeah, I think I miscounted. There it is. I haven't slept yet, and it's rather early in the morning because I'm gonna be doing an early morning meeting after this. So I'll blame my lack of sleep for the mistake. I don't think it's a situation where it was you know, the people that try to say that the pity system doesn't exist type situation. Alright, so we got Michelle. Alright. Magic Power Armor Girl, the inheritor of the Arts of Magic Guide. With her silver and red armor, she becomes a glowing blade. Alright. So 1 down. As for Lisa, she's kind of a jack of all trades type character. She can be an assassin or a healer, essentially. She can change forms that can affect her ability to either maneuver or heal. She can also make herself tankier, though she doesn't really have any guard skills. I have yet to see a match where she was actually used. Unfortunately, she's very much a jack of all trades, master of none, which can have its uses. Really, the thing that stands out for her is the fact she's a Meteor faction healer. So Meteor faction does not have a healer prior to Lisa. So a lot of the various challenge events type stuff, sometimes there'll be things like, hey, use only this faction, or use only Meteor faction specifically. Which can be a bit rough, because obviously you have to rely on your assassins to actually kill everything before you run out of resources, since you have no healer, but now you have Lisa. Alright, I think that was 70 summons. I'm definitely probably going to be off on my counting. Alright, so there's good stuff. And a Michelle. Okay, that's actually really good. I think we're still behind on... Let's see, was it... We have 170 with 3 summons. Yeah, we're still a little below average. But getting both is not bad. Undead Robot, which does not make any sense. A robot with the power of revitalizing blessing. It is also a loyal servant of chaos. So supposedly in the actual Langrisser game that had Gustav, Gustav is a robot, but was a kind of a male version of that robot. In this game, they made Gustav into a female, and she is classified as a female. All right. They also changed Michelle, where Michelle was supposed to be like clad fully in armor. Instead, they did this weird like hybrid armor thing, I guess, to be more revealing. Personally, I don't really mind either way. I have no attachment to the actual Langrisser games, unfortunately. Anyway, I'm going to keep pulling for a bit. Because I do want duplicates. Next major banner is Iron Chancellor and Old Varash. I don't know if I need Old Varash or anything. But Iron Chancellor is definitely someone I need. I am going to be switching over to an AoE box for the next Apex. I'm probably going to do very bad at it, but I'm going to make an attempt at it. And kind of a key person that I would like to get in the future would be Iron Chancellor, because she's really good at enabling. Even though she's not really an AoE type character, she has the ability to buff multiple characters with a increased mobility buff, very similar to Florentia's, which would make up for the short legs that most of the mages have. Alright, okay, so that was below average. 40 summons, I believe. Okay, Gustav. 2 Gustavs. Okay, we're definitely now in a good rate now. So we have 2 Michelles and 3 Gustavs right now. So I'm gonna keep going for a little bit longer, because if we can, I would like to get these characters at least completed, or close to 6 stars as possible. Not sure when the next season's starting, but I would like to be somewhat prepared. Especially since I'm going to be changing up the box. I intend on using both Gustav and Michelle. Oh, there's also new troops. They added the zombie giants, and then the I don't remember what they're called, but they're essentially the pixies. Both of them are pretty good. The zombie giants are used for Epsilon in most cases. And then the sprites or the fairies or whatever they're called, they're mage troops that can do extra damage. They actually have a damage buff, rather than, well, they still have also an intelligence buff. They also have the actual damage buff, which is helpful. They also have the ability to reduce reflect damage. We might hit pity with this one, but at this point we kind of deserve it. Yeah, I believe the next one's pity. Okay, another Michelle, so we have 3 of each. Alright, not bad. Let's see what we're sitting at. We have done 100, 200, 310 summons, and we've gotten 6. So we're a little below average on our rate, but that's okay. Alright, past the 50. Fortunately, summoning has its highs and lows. And apparently my frame rate's dying. I think I lost count. It's either this one or the next one's probably going to be pity. Alright, next one will be pity. I'll probably call it good here. I would like to get one more of each, but I'm gonna run out of gems at this rate. Okay, Michelle. Alright, so that puts us at a 5-star Michelle and a 4-star Gustav. Below average rate, but that's okay. Alright. So I will talk about these characters next time. I'm going to, of course, do an awakening video for both Michelle, Gustav, and as well as Lisa. So I'm the Depressed Viewer. This was Langrisser Mobile. I'll see you guys in a bit.